Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Hot Mike Sports coming at you with another video. I want to address that first. I know I missed the last 3 days of uploading. That was not something I intended to do at all. The first 2 days I missed, I had videos uploaded and planned and scheduled and all that stuff. The video was made, edited, and rendered into YouTube, and then they both came out and had no sound. I tried to go back and edit them today so I can maybe double upload them for you today, but it's just not working. So. I took a little break yesterday, and now today I kind of want to put up a more chill video for you guys. I didn't have a video plan going in. Most of the time I don't have just a script. I don't have a script at all, but like I have a plan of what I want to say, what I want to talk about for sure. But in today's video, I honestly I don't know at all. I just want to do some chill basketball talk with you guys, because you guys are a lot like me, where you guys are very interested in basketball. There's no way you guys would be on my page if you weren't, unless you were just trying to help me out and support me. But yeah, I'd appreciate it if you guys subscribed and liked the video if you enjoy this kind of content. But, I have some things. Really, I'm just going to talk about whatever kind of pops in my mind about basketball. But first off, I want to talk about this year's rookie class. One of the videos I had made was like a top 5 rookies of this class so far. And like, people were saying that, like, I don't know if it was just me hearing this stuff, but like people were saying like none of these guys would have immediate impact for sure. And then there is only a couple that could have like a real talent, like a really good career. And LaMelo Ball came in and is the youngest player ever to have a triple double. He looks electric on the court. The Hornets are a freaking playoff team. Wiseman's looked really, really promising. He had 4 practices with the team going into the season. He played like 2 games in college, 1 game in college. And he looks this good already. I mean, that dude is raw. Like, he's number 2 in my books of Rookie of the Year. But, I mean, look at the sophomore jump I can assume will be phenomenal for that dude. Tyreese Halliburton's playing like a 12-year vet, except he's a rookie. That dude is so good on both ends. And when they drafted him, I was like, Tyreese Halliburton is a steal that low. I think they got him at 12. I was like, he's an absolute steal that low, but what are the Kings going to do with him? They don't need a 1 or a 2. Tyrese Halliburton can't really run the 2. I was so wrong. I mean, he fits in perfectly with that team. He comes off the bench. I think he averages like 12 and a half. But he does it all for them. He's like this great utility guy. Any team could use him, and he's an absolute steal. He's going to be amazing in his career. Maybe not an all-star, but he will be a phenomenal player. And Anthony Edwards is a straight-up bucket. He's just incredibly inconsistent, pretty inefficient, but he's a bucket. He gets buckets. Some other guys that have been nice, like to watch. Peyton Pritchard has been interesting to watch. There's some other guys that I'm blanking on, but like Patrick Williams has still been locking up at this level. Isaac Okoro hasn't gotten to play much, but you know what? Like, this rookie class isn't turning out to be as bad as maybe a lot of people thought. And I still think LaMelo Ball is going to be one of the better point guards in the game if he can get his defense up. And speaking of bad defense, Trey Young comes to mind a lot this season for me because he's having such a streaky season. And the Hawks are just going wherever he goes. When he's on, that team is really, really good. They're just having these like young team issues where they're not pushing through the end of games. They're not closing out the ends of games. And it's the same way with the Hornets. Like, they're just having these young team mistakes. The Wizards are so much worse than we expected them to be. Clay Taylor, another small YouTuber talking about basketball, like pretty much on the daily, he put out a video on why the Wizards should trade Bradley Beal. That one's an interesting one. I think you guys should check that out. But I mean, I feel so bad for him because Bradley Beal's putting up 60 pieces, 40 pieces. Like, it feels like so much more often than it is. And this team gets blown out because they can't defend a freaking parked car. Words from Bradley Beal himself. Russ, they're not playing him a lot. Like, he's sitting in the second games of back-to-backs. And John Wall looks good in Houston, too. Like, John Wall looks like he's kind of back to John Wall form. Victor Oladipo just got there. The Rockets are, like, such a hit-or-miss team. Like, Oladipo's on a 1-year deal. John Wall's not a movable trade piece. Boogie's, like, Boogie's Boogie. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with him. This team is so much fun to think about. Like, Vic will probably leave after this year unless they trade him in March, which I expect them to do. But this could be his redemption year. John Wall's redemption year is in the making right now. Boogie Cousins, I feel like for him, this is his last chance. This is like his last roster spot, and if he doesn't play well, then he's not going to get another one. But if he does play well, maybe someone's going to pay him, not a ton, but someone's going to give him another short-term contract, and he can like revitalize his career. Christian Wood looks like a legit all-star. And that's another thing is like, how many of these dudes that are like looking like all-stars are going to make all-star games? Christian Wood right now, it's like a no doubt I feel like he's an all-star, but will he make an all-star game? Other guys like that, Gordon Hayward maybe. I know I'm missing a couple big ones, and you guys are going to be so oppressed. Man. But then this next year's draft class, it's pretty much like the Pistons pick. The Raptors are picking it back up, so they're not even in the running. I mean, imagine, though, like the Warriors get such a high pick after we know that they're a good team and they just had a lot of injuries. They end up with Wiseman, and then like the next year, like we know the Raptors are a good team. They're just not playing like they can, and they end up with like a top 3 pick, and they get like Amani Bates or Cade Cunningham. Like, I don't know. The NBA this year is so mysterious, so many questions. I think that it's a lot of fun to just kind of think about. And like a lot of these, each team pretty much has their own storyline going on. Like I mentioned, the Raptors, that's a team that's been like the most consistent team in the league, them and the Spurs, over the last like decade. And we don't know what the heck is going on with the Raptors. The Spurs are like this sneaky young team. Keldon Johnson's a baller. Derek White, DeJounte Murray's having a great year. But at the same time, LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan look like, especially LaMarcus, look like he's on his last leg. Yeah, those are one of those teams that like I don't understand why they're like this. Like I think it's time to really get rid of DeMar in LA because like DeMar and LaMarcus Aldridge as LA. Just because like they're not going to be a bottom 5 team, but at the same time that means that you're not going to get a good pick, and you know for a fact you're not going to compete for a playoff spot. Like really you're not. Like right now you might be, but you know it's when it comes down to it you're not good enough to do that. So what does the lottery do? Because there's no reason to be a mediocre team. Like that's just barely going to miss the playoffs. There's no reason to be that team. And with the play-in, they're kind of getting there. Excuse me. COVID. I have COVID. Just kidding, guys. That was a joke. With the play-in tournament, I feel like it's a smart idea. Now there's 11 teams included. Maybe they should shorten the lottery to like 12, 13, 14, 15, 8 teams. Lottery, and then like they should just run this tournament every year. And maybe the 8 teams have even odds. Then there's no point in like I kind of like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about like your lottery ideas, because it's so hard to stop tanking. It's so incredibly hard. Also, I got a haircut a while ago. I was just afraid to show you guys, but yeah, this is it. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to hop on here, talk about basketball for a bit. Also, I want to say, lastly, before I get off, unless I think of anything substantial, NBA's contenders this year, you guys are talking about, like, we haven't heard anything about the Lakers, and that's because they are incredibly good, and there's nothing to talk about. That team is so much better than last year, and the people talking about the Nets are now championships solidified. You're wrong, man. Maybe to make it, maybe, but this Lakers team is going back-to-back, and they might go again next year, depending on what Schroeder can do with them, like if he re-signs or not. They got Kuz. They got KCP for the next couple. It's dangerous for you guys. The rest of the NBA is dangerous. Also, I just picked up really as a hobby. You guys are going to see this video hopefully soon. Opening packs. I've been super invested. I got this Prism box a while ago. It's the wrong way. I got this Prism box a while ago. It was fun. Ended up getting this Panini Contenders. And then, yeah, so this is the video I made. I made a Panini Contenders box opening video, and it was a good time. I got a pretty cool card. Won't show you the exact card, but it's this cracked card. It has this cracked eyes. I don't know why I even flashed you guys because like it didn't show anything. But it's this cracked card, and it's out of 23. And in the video, I didn't see that it was numbered, and like I just kind of skipped through it like a little bit. I was just like, oh, okay, like cool. But yeah, I looked that card up and it was worth a lot more than I had expected. Actually, I'll leave my eBay link below if you guys want to check out some of the cards I'm selling, like 8 right now. But yeah, let me know if you guys are into cards, what you guys buy, and maybe if you'd want to see a pack opening on here because I'll drop it on here. I recorded it. I don't really know how good the camera was. Like, I tried to set up a card camera and a face camera, and I don't know how well it went. I kind of looked back at it a little bit, and it seemed fine. But if you guys couldn't see the cards, I really do apologize. Oh, but yeah, this is like a new hobby of mine that I picked up. I want to see what you guys have to say about it. Maybe I'll show you guys some cards. But yeah, that's all I really had to say. I just kind of want to hop out here and talk about basketball real casually. And, you know, casual is my style anyways. I do it on this channel, just really, really casual. But I wanted to really make it a casual video. And this video will have absolutely no editing, no background music. And that has a lot to do with the problems I'm having with editing and, like, the sound and stuff like that. So I hope you guys are okay with that. This video ended up being a little longer than I expected. But drop your opinions on the NBA right now, like literally anything, a topic I can address. I'll shout you out in the next video and show your comment or something, and I'll address that comment. I promise you guys, it's literally what I do this stuff for. So leave your comments down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, all right? Peace.